How much income did you have? I want you to send me all your income tax returns so that I can verify that. And in this case, 2 violent crimes committed within a few weeks of each other.
Buckle up, because this courtroom showdown is anything but ordinary. We've got Jeremy Dixon facing 2 serious charges: aggravated assault with a vehicle and first-degree murder. In just a few months, he allegedly went from running someone over to taking a life. But it doesn't stop there. The courtroom tension skyrockets when the judge questions his income, his history, and his claims about being broke, while his family supposedly tries to raise bail. So here's what you need to watch for: how the defense spins his zero income into $50,000 a year from a family shop, a criminal history that stretches back over a decade, and a judge who isn't pulling any punches. What would you do if a man with this kind of record was granted bond? Stick around, because you'll want to hear how this one ends. Let's get into it.
He's got aggravated assault and a murder, but the aggravated assault is a little less than that.
Yes, sir, but I thought I saw where it was
We've
like,
got 2 cases called now, 23 CR 1222 and 23 CR 951. Both the state of Texas versus Jeremy Dixon. Mr. Dixon? Yeah, present with your attorney, Mr. Vasquez, and the state's attorney. All right, the court has reviewed these files and recalls these cases. Go ahead, Mr. Vasquez.
Your Honor, it's a $1 million bond on the murder is the one most concerned with, and we'd asked for the bond to be lowered to $150,000, giving Dixon a chance to bond out. I've spoken with family members, but none of them are here to testify. They're hoping they can pool the resources and come up with enough money to sign a contract to give to Mr. Dixon out. They've spoken to some bondmen, and he could get out and work until his trial date, and maybe hire a lawyer of his own choosing.
How would that work? Well, he hadn't hired one yet, right?
No, sir.
Well,
Here's where things get complicated. The defendant claimed zero income just months ago, yet now he's saying he earned $50,000 a year working at his family's mechanic shop all his life. That's not just a contradiction, it's a red flag. The judge doesn't miss a beat, demanding tax returns and official proof, pressing him on every claim. This moment isn't just about numbers, it's about credibility. Because if the court can't trust the financial disclosures, how can it trust the defense? And notice how vague the answers get when the judge asks how much he made. By commission, he says. But then suddenly, he remembers a solid figure, $50,000. Convenient. What do you think? Is this a man trying to get out of jail, or someone genuinely misunderstood? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
he says he has zero income. This was back on October of 23 when he was arrested about 2 months after the murder case was filed. And he claimed zero income. And that's my writing. I wrote it. Zero income according to the defendant. That was on what's changed.
Your Honor.
Wait a second. What's changed? You know? I mean, he's been in jail. So how can he hire somebody if he has zero income?
Well, Judge, I don't want to misrepresent anything. I'm thinking, or it's been indicated to me that the family members will try and raise him.
What's stopping them from doing that right now?
I don't know.
What else do you want to add? Because I've got some things I'll put on the record.
That's all I have.
Anything from the state?
Just that the nature of these two cases, that the timeline in which they occurred makes it very clear to me that the bond is sufficient and should not be lowered.
Okay. Anything you want to say?
Yes, at the time, October 2nd.
Of what year?
23. I was already incarcerated August 6th. I was arrested August 6th when I lost my job because of my arrest.
Okay. Have you been in custody ever since?
Ever since.
Yeah. Okay. So where would your income come from if you were released?
Work.
What work? What work do you have?
My family has a mechanic shop.
Oh, okay. Are you good at
Yes, sir.
it? Okay. Well, how much do you get how much do you get paid? How long did you work with them?
Well, all my life.
All your life? Oh, okay. And you are right now what, 30, 35? Okay. And you've been working for them, and you've made a good income?
Yes, sir.
Since how long were you working for? Like when you turned 18 or something?
Yeah.
And so about 16 or 17 years? Okay. So how much is it that you made?
I go by commission.
Sir?
You go by commission.
Oh,
50%
okay, whatever. How much income did you have? Annually, about
50,000 a year.
50,000 a year?
60.
That's pretty good. I want you to send me all your income tax returns so that I can verify that. And those are on file. Get them to me so I can look at them, okay?
I haven't filed taxes since 2021.
Get the ones you had before. Get all the tax returns that you have filed. You can get those from the IRS, copies of them. You ought to have copies.
Yeah.
Get
And
those. Get those so I can verify that you really had an income like that.
Yeah, and I work side jobs too.
That should be on your income tax return.
Yeah, it's all on them.
Good. Then get them to me. Get copies to me. Do you understand?
I don't.
That's the first thing. The next thing is the record's going to show a couple of things. Number one, this 23 CR 951 is the first event. And this alleges that on July 2nd, 2023, you were charged with that you committed aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, a second-degree felony, with the use of a deadly weapon, namely an automobile. And that was indicted, looks like 3 weeks or so after the event. The grand jury got on that pretty quickly. When were you arrested on that case? Do you remember?
I wasn't.
You never were?
Never.
There was a warrant issued on that date, a capias for you.
Well, I was told the warrant was issued August 9th after I was already arrested.
It was issued the day it was handed up by the grand jury on July 26th.
And I was also told that the indictment was about hearsay and allegations.
Don't talk about that.
Yeah, but the grand jury indicted you. That's all that's important. The grand jury indicted you. They have evidence, probable cause you committed a crime, period. That's the way indictments work. It's not a debate on what the evidence was, but they handed it up. You're going to interrupt me?
So
No, yeah. You're in trouble. You're in a lot of trouble. The worst thing is to be rude.
And just like that, the judge snaps the gavel without even lifting it. Dixon interrupts, and the courtroom vibe turns ice cold. The judge calls him out not just on his attitude, but on his entire approach to authority. This isn't about murder or assault anymore. This is about control, behavior, and respect for the system. Let's be real. In a courtroom, tone matters as much as testimony. The judge isn't just schooling him for interrupting. He's building a case for why bond should remain high. He sees a man who's been trying to control the narrative since day one, and now he's trying to talk over a judge? That doesn't sit well in a courtroom where respect is currency. Would this change your view of the defendant? If you were on the jury, would this behavior raise doubts? Let us know what you're thinking.
You get a chance to speak, but don't interrupt me. It seems like that's what you do, is kind of control the environment you're in. We all have a fair opportunity. Don't step on me when I'm speaking. She has to take down everything that's said. When we both speak over each other, she can't do it. When she can't do that job, the Court of Criminal Appeals, the highest court, gets upset with somebody because they say, we want to review what goes on in the courtrooms. But when everybody's speaking over each other, the court reporter can't do her job. So someone gets in trouble. It's going to be you, not me. Do you understand? Don't speak over me. But we learned that in first grade. Don't interrupt. You'll get a fair chance to be heard. Okay, so we have an indictment and a warrant pending on July 2nd of 2023. Then on August 6th of 2023, what's that? A month, a little over a month later, it is alleged you committed the first degree felony of murder. Then a warrant comes out on that because that's indicted on August 23rd. So they indicted you about 2 weeks after this. So there are two warrants. What was the date he was arrested?
I mean, go ahead.
And each of these involve,
Day of the murder, Judge.
okay, each of these allege you committed violent crimes and used a deadly weapon in each case. So those work against you. When it's an aggravated crime, when there's two aggravated crimes, you get double trouble. So what are his bonds on each of these? In this first aggravated assault, it was alleged that you drove over a human with your automobile and they were injured because of that. The other motive, you used a firearm in the killing of another human being. About criminal history, Mr. Vasquez, anything you want to comment on? Because that's one of the factors in setting a bond is the circumstances of the crime. And in this case, two violent crimes committed within a few weeks of each other. And aggravating offenses that are from an aggravated assault next to a murder. The court is reviewing a criminal history data. And what do y'all want? Anything you want to say? Because it's 4. The criminal history is 4. Looks like the defendant was placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation on 2 cases in 2010, illegal possession of controlled substance and a theft.
That's correct, Judge.
Did he satisfactorily serve those probations?
As far as we know.
Then in 2013, he was convicted of failing to identify. That's a misdemeanor, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And then also convicted in 2017 for eluding or fleeing a police officer. What happened on those 2 cases, please? On the controlled substance and the theft, there's F as in Frank 98069 and F as in Frank 10-9188. He was placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation on August 23rd of 2010. Did you serve those out satisfactorily? How long were those deferred? How long was the deferred? Does it show?
I believe it was 5 years.
But he's convicted in 2013 of failing to identify. I guess they didn't revoke him for that.
Yeah, that's a little.
You know anything about that?
I don't.
I think he's acting like he knows.
What? Yes.
I was let off early on probation.
Oh, they dismissed it early?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, the 09.
You can get it off. You can get dismissed in a third if you do well. A third of it. So what's a third of 5? 1 2/3. 1 2/3 years. So you're on deferred, and then 3 years later,
Yeah.
You're charged with failing to identify so your probations could have ended then.
An
before-
MTRP was filed.
Ma'am?
But an MTRP was filed.
On which case?
The 09-8069.
Yeah, the controlled substance.
But then they did early dismiss his probation in 2013, February of 2013.
What happened in the motion to revoke
So I'm
probation?
assuming it was recalled. In the images.
Okay. All right.
Judge, I will also point out to the court, that's not going to be in that criminal history because it was run when this was indicted. But he has a 2023 offense of discharging a firearm in a municipality that he pled to while he's been in jail.
Okay, it's a Class A misdemeanor, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have a driver's license? Did you have a driver's license? An active, valid one?
Yes, sir.
It was not taken away? It wasn't? You certain?
Yes, sir.
Do you know how many traffic violations that you were charged with between 2019? I'm sorry, between 2007 and 2019? That'd be 12 years. Do you know how many?
Oh,
Yes. I mean, it's your life, you know, but I'm looking at it.
I mean, I don't know how many, but
About how many?
And tickets on it.
About how many tickets would you say you got?
I paying $7,300 worth of tickets.
$7,300? No. So how many separate offenses of operating motor vehicle irresponsible? About how many? You know, it's your life. I know how many I've gotten. Yes.
Don't
Well,
know.
about when? About how many?
I don't know.
38.
Oh,
38. That's. And also, these are misdemeanors, but it's a whole bunch of them. Plus theft, disorderly conduct, illegal possessions. No, there's a cluster of state jails between charges in 2009, 10, and 11. Anyway, the problem is that for someone, you know, as you from youth, you have been consistent in committing crimes, and these are just getting worse. We go from traffic violations, which are Class C misdemeanors, and now you've got a first-degree felony of a murder, an aggravated assault, a second-degree felony, all within a month of each other. You pick up these, and so the aggravated nature of each of these crimes are most disturbing, and then your criminal history has gone from numerous Class C misdemeanors to now first-degree felonies, and the circumstances of the crime in each case are severe. Your criminal history, even though you're not loaded with a lot of felony convictions, it has been a consistent pattern of irresponsibility in failing to follow the rules. Anything else?
No, sir.
Anybody want to add anything?
No,
The court finds that the bonds are sufficient in their amount because the reasons for bonds to be set based upon the circumstances of the crime, in this case, two separate serious violent crimes, including a most serious murder. And those are worthy of high bonds to not only show the seriousness of these crimes, but to protect the communities from further criminality of the defendant. Now, we're set for trial coming up, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we tried to get it last time, but this is on our radar. So are we going to try the murder or both at the same time?
Just the murder.
All right.
I plan to offer extraneous evidence of the other.
Or anything else, Joe?
no.
All right, that is all. Thank you.
Yes.
Next, we got. Y'all getting closer? Good.
Or a church.
Yes, sir.
So let's break it down. Jeremy Dixon faced 2 charges: aggravated assault with a vehicle and murder, allegedly committed just weeks apart. Despite an emotional plea and promises of family support, the judge wasn't swayed. With a criminal history going back over a decade, failed probations, and 38 traffic violations, the judge ruled that the high bond stays. Why? Because it's not just about the charges, it's about the pattern. A pattern of violence, evasion, and now, possible misrepresentation of income. The court has made it clear the public's safety comes first. Trial is set, and only the murder charge will go forward, but the prosecution plans to bring evidence from both cases. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. We've got more cases coming, each one more intense than the last.